Today we're adding the 4 red infection mod to the Wither Storm and see what's gonna happen. We have Ferriosis, the Eye Infection, the Flesh That Hates, and Abomination. Now I'm gonna warn you that this might lag, as most of them are not optimized, and we're gonna do our best to clear out the lag when that happens. So I might have to kill some stuff, but hopefully the infection goes well. And if we take a look at the bowels of the Wither Storm, we can see a pattern, and we can separate them in each quarter of the Wither Storm. So, in this cramped area here, where there's a lot of skulk, let's say right here, we're gonna add a Sense Spewer from Ferriosis. Then on the other side, we're gonna add the Eye Tree. Then on one of the big corridors, we're gonna add the Flesh That Hates. There we go. And on the other side, finally, we're gonna add an Infestor from the Abomination. And what's left to do is to add the mob spawning. And hopefully, things will start to spawn, things will start to infect, and we're gonna have some, yep, there we go, infection going on inside the Wither Storm. Alright, it's gonna be hard to notice what is what, unless you know which mob, like, belongs to which infection. Like, this is the flesh, obviously. But as you can see, there's, like, piles of flesh here, but it's not the flesh. It's gonna be confusing. And I actually have no idea where this is going to go. Okay, the Sense Spewer is not doing much here. There's something in Dides here. Yeah, there's a few body parts. Let's go take a look at the tree. The tree is fine, and it's spawning some Eiling. So every one of them seems to take a foot at their position, meaning we can also tickle the inside of the Wither Storm. Like... Now there's gonna be a bit more mobs and a bit more action in here, meaning they're gonna gain some points. Seems like the Flesh That Hate is the one that is getting the most action here, and they are infecting very fast. And, well, okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to probably kill some mobs once in a while just to free some space. For now, it's not laggy, I'm surprised. But we got this guy here not infecting. I'm not sure what it takes for it to infect, or if it's the thing that infects at all. It's been a while, and the whole Abomination mod is getting a massive rework, so I can't wait to see that. I've heard some good comments on the new update. Okay, I forgot to tick this here that lets Ferriosis mobs spawn outside of the overworld. Now they should spawn. Not seeing any of them. Oh my god, it's amazing here. Okay, here we go. There's some Ferriosis stuff in here. This is going to become so laggy. Oh my god, Flesh That Hate is actually dominating its area here. They're having a biome advantage. Good thing with the Wither Storm like this is that the mobs constantly spawning are giving food to, like, the infection. Okay, here we go. This is the Flesh That Hate that is moving in phases. Oh my god, wait. The incubator's almost dead? It's taking damage from Ferriosis. What in the world is that? Converted camel. Why does it spawn here, and what is going on with this thing? Oh, and it's destroying the Infestor. There's a Sense Spewer here, is left alone. There's a few, like, body parts here and there. I think it can spawn stuff to defend itself. And the tree here is pretty much left alone. And it's starting to, yeah, infect this area as it should. I'm just not seeing a lot of mobs in here from the eye infection. Okay, so I missed it, and the tree thing here from Abomination is dead, but I don't think it's gonna be the end of the Abomination since they keep spawning non-stop. And fortunately, they don't spawn on the roof of the dimension. Wait. What is that? Oh, it's a hive! Wait, already? What does it do, in fact? I have no idea. I know it's here. It's a chunk of blocks. There's some Ferriosis mobs inside. But what does it do for the infection? I don't know. Flesh That Hate still has his flesh incubator. So all the infections are here, even though one of them lost their infectors. They're gonna probably gain it back. But things are not moving that fast, and I'm surprised it's not that laggy. So what we're gonna do is try to make a cohesive time-lapse within the Wither Storm. Not sure how I'm gonna showcase everything in the time-lapse, but you're about to find out. Let's go. But first, nothing much is happening. As you can see, the Flesh That Hate is starting to grow. We can see the eye infection on the right starting to grow. And there's a few tunnels here and there starting to spawn. But at some point, this is where things got out of hand. First of all, the abomination has started infecting at the bottom of the screen, and then the flesh that hate has started to grow even bigger than it was before. And you can see there's more and more tunnels growing everywhere, and this is because of the abomination. Then as you can see, there's a few new nodes of Fairyoses that starts to spawn here and there. There's nuclei spawning at multiple locations, and then they started to grow. As well as the eye infection has reached its maximum capacity, there's like a square on the right of the screen. This is the eye infection at its max. And abomination is mostly in mobs and not in infection blocks. You can barely see the infection of abomination. And there's a lot of fighting there. As you can see, it's like growing tunnels within the eye infections. Now this is where Fairyoses took over the area where the time-lapse is. It changed the biome and the background of the image, and now Fairyoses is starting to take over the whole place. Alright, it's time we take a closer look to what happened here, and first of all, what the heck has happened here? Why are you up there? This guy was not here earlier. Suddenly, like, this thing was up there with a tentacle stuck in the walls, and I have no idea why. The eye infection has made it through the main room and still has its tree, although a bit damaged. And there's a lot that has been going on here, and as you saw, well, the abomination doesn't give a damn about the hardness of blocks. They just walk through it, go down, and if I go lower, I'm just going to teleport. I don't want to do that, but they just kind of like leave the world because the TP is like down here. So as you can see, this is not good. There's also a weird flower here, and Fairyoses is starting to take over this whole place. It is slowly spreading, but it is not spreading to the hardened flesh block, so it's respecting the hardness, just like the flesh that I hate. The flesh that I hate doesn't infect the hardened flesh block, except abomination. It just, yeah, in fact, not exactly as much as the others. It's more sporadic, but holy cow, this is just a tunnel. This is just a maze of tunnels. Also, Flesh I Hate, they lost the incubator that was here, and I think right now it respawned, where is it? Here, it's somewhere on the roof. Ah, there it is. Oh, unfortunately, Flesh I Hate is kind of out of this game. And look at that. Since the eye infection can't make another tree in this dimension, and I have absolutely no idea how to do this, the father has awoken. I think this happens in the overworld, because there is no mother, no father from the abomination here. But yeah, the eye is stuck with this size of the infection, and if they lose the tree, which, looking at that, it's gonna happen probably soon. There's a bomber. Oh, the game is starting to lag. I was surprised it didn't lag that much for now, but now we are starting to experience the lag fest of the infection mods. And it's pretty much an all-out war forever out here, and I think abomination is the source of most of the lag here. If I despawn the parasite, things should return a bit more to normal. They respawn instantly. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. The lag is now gone. Well, almost gone. Yeah, the tree's gone. Okay, there we go. The bomber got rid of it, and it's actually tearing through the wall right now. Okay, that's something I've never seen before. Dead Fairylash, they lost the nucleus here. There was a nucleus somewhere here, and I think when a nucleus dies, it now transforms the surrounding Fairylash into dead Fairylash. I'm just assuming. I have actually no idea. I've never happened to me before. But we can get the status of Fairyoses. To see, we're at phase 5. There's only one nuclei left. There was 3 at some point. There's one nest mine and one hive mind. But I'm pretty sure right now in the Witherstorm, yeah, Fairyoses is the most dominant one. Look at that, they converted almost both sides. And since there's no more tree, well, all these eye block will turn into fairy flesh or whatever, Fairylash. Oh, that's a new one. It's a scent eruptor. I've never seen this one before. It's not infecting, but this is pretty much how far it's gonna go for all the other infection mod. Fairyoses will just take over this whole dimension. But I'm very curious to see outside. I've set up a command block to kill everything in the overworld except the Witherstorm. But I have a feeling... No? Okay. Where's the command block? Oh wow, we've been here a long time. Okay, they're there. Okay, It's fine. There's no infection, except some dead bodies. It kind of worked. Wait. How did you... What? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you want me to test next. The Wither Storm is gone. And as always, you're awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.